Good morning, guys. Welcome back or to the channel. In today's video, well, we're gonna do a little bit of diagnostic with the 6.0. So if y'all remember one of the last videos with the 6.0 here, we replaced the alternator on it, and well, while it did run a little bit higher voltage at the time, it did not fix our problem. So we're gonna see if the truck will start. Last time I drove it, battery voltage got pretty low, in the 9s. So let's hop up in here and let's see. And actually, I'll explain a little more about what the thing's actually doing. Okay, so right now, just turning the key on. You can see we're in the low 9s, which is not great. But let's see what she does here. So if it'll start, I'll get it down to the shop. We'll put chargers on it. No. So, I guess we're working on this thing up here in the driveway. But what we're having here is driving the truck. It'll quit charging, battery light comes on, and then you might hit a bump, it starts charging again, it goes up to 14, and you might go another 1/10 of a mile down the road, hit another bump, and there it goes again, it quits charging. So I'm thinking there's an issue with the exciter. So with that being said, we get to do some wire chasing today, because the other day I kind of wiggled some wires and stuff like that and nothing changed. So but quite obviously there's an issue somewhere. Oh, and I need to grease my hood latch. But like I said, brand new alternator. It's doing the same thing. So very odd. And another thing is, if you shut the truck off, start it back, it starts not charging. Then you have to go a little ways, and then if it wants to charge, it'll start charging. But nonetheless, I'm gonna get something, clean this fender off so I'm not pushing this dirt into my paint. And well, we'll go ahead, get started looking at all the wiring and stuff and see if we can find anything obvious. Now, if y'all remember, we did have an issue with the wiring for the headlights and stuff up in here. So we might pull that back off, do some more searching in there, but we will see. So I'm gonna start here, kind of work my way around, and well, I guess we'll see what we can figure out. All right, y'all, so it is actually about a week later. I ended up ordering a power probe, so it should be here today. But I also wanted to go in here and just show y'all, I ordered a bunch of DS Customs hats. Also got a new computer for something that I just got in. That will be on the DS Customs channel, and I will also have a video on this channel, kind of explain a little more. But like I said, I did order a ton of hats. These are all embroidered, as you can see. These are super, super nice. I was actually really happy with these. So I ordered some that match the 6.0 combo, and a little white truck, and a few others, maybe a hint here or there for some other stuff. But I'm getting this set up. Hopefully here before long, the power probe will be in, and I'm also talking to a guy here about buying a trailer. But hopefully that power probe will be in. We'll go out here and we will continue on the 6.0. So I'll catch on here in a bit, and we will go from there. Alrighty, guys, so it is a couple days later, and I do think we narrowed down our issue. So we was kind of messing with it and we found that this battery cable end is kind of broke in here where the flat end attaches to the ring. Is actually kind of broke, so I'll deal with that in the future, but I don't think it's broke to the point where it's bad by any means. But we were kind of messing around with it, and had actually found, as I'm trying to get this back on here, but there we go. But we had actually found if we moved the wiring on the plug on the back of the alternator, it started charging. So I went online, ordered a pigtail and these really nice heat shrink, solder, and butt connectors. So we'll get these on there. I have some heat shrink. We're also going to throw on there just so everything looks nice and clean. And we'll get this thing back together, have the batteries charged up by then, and well, we'll see what we got. Okay, so we got the new plug on. We went as back as far as we could, and no change. We still have a battery light, and the truck runs around 11.5 volts, and is kind of slowly deteriorating. So went ahead, pulled the battery out. It's over here. Pulled the battery out, pulled the battery tray out as well. And we unplugged the engine harness plug on the PCM, which over here, it's got some rub marks on it, but it doesn't look terrible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my power probe, and I'm going to have my grandpa over there with a multimeter. I'm going to send 12 volts from the plug here over there and see what we have between here and there, and well, we'll kind of go from there. That'll kind of eliminate if there's any issues with that charging wire in the harness, or if it's something a little deeper, either the computer, the cluster, or something in between. Because these trucks, from what I remember, the kind of the circuit for charging is it goes from the alternator to the computer, from the computer to the cluster. So that's just, that's kind of what I remembered. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna take my power probe. I'm gonna find the pin on the harness here. We'll send 12 volt power directly from here over to the alternator, and we will see with our multimeter what we have there, and see if we have any sort of a drop. With the batteries plugged up and everything in, only showing with the key on like 2.2 volts or something like that to that wire. So we'll, like I said, we'll do this and we'll see what we got. Okay, so we took a little power probe and applied 12 volts directly to what should be the pin for the alternator exciter, and we're not getting absolutely anything over there. So what we're going to try now is we unplugged the alternator, if you can see, and we're going to try to run a separate wire to key on power, just as a temporary thing to kind of see if it's going to work. Now, this is a new alternator. We applied power to the alternator with the probe, and it started charging. So, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to peel back a little bit of that wire, because we have plenty if we need to cut it and you know, move it. We have plenty of wire to do so, but we're going to peel a little bit off of there, run it to a key on source, which I actually have right here. You can see those right there. This wire that's taped up actually used to run to my DRL headlights. So we can run it to those. It'll be key on power. And like I said, we'll see if it works. Alright, so we got it back together. Thing's still not charging. The light is off, but now thing's not shifting right. So I guess I'm gonna lamp it back on again, and I guess we'll go from there. Alright, y'all, so we made it back, and I went ahead and parked this thing back here by the Illuminati because I'm tired of messing with it for right now. Frustrated. So I guess, well, my grandpa's not driving the blue truck, and it's here. I'm gonna take it. We're putting wheels on the white truck because I need a truck, and he's been driving that thing. So I guess I'm about to put wheels and tires on the white truck. I'm gonna go buy a battery, get it together, put some plugs in it. Hopefully it runs. And I guess I'm about to start truck shopping. So this thing's gonna sit here for right now until I can figure out what's the deal. Because as of right now, it's stuck in 5th gear. Where's my key? I'll show y'all. No, it's shows to be stuck in 5th gear. Oh, now it's in 1st. Now that I shut it off, it's in 1st. When I put it in reverse, it still showed to be in 5th gear. So, pull it back here. That well, maybe put it in reverse, it'll reset something. And it nearly wouldn't move out of its own tracks. And I figure if I keep trying to move it, it's going to burn the clutches out of the transmission because it's stuck in 5th gear. So, I guess that's where we're at. The thing's still not charging. So, I have the original alternator. We'll take it and get it tested at some point. But like I said, right now I'm just kind of frustrated with this thing, and I'm tired of messing with it. So I guess that's that. So we're going to get the white truck somewhat operational for the time being, and I'm going to start truck shopping. So anyway, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this one. So if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.